In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to share the top 10 tips for starting a small business that I wish someone had told me when I was starting out. We'll cover everything from market research to legal requirements, and I'll even reveal the most overlooked factor that it can make or break your business success. Let's get started. Did you know that about 20% of small businesses fail in their first year? That's pretty scary, right? But don't worry, I'm here to help you avoid becoming part of that statistic. The key is finding the right balance between your passion and practical wisdom. Starting a business is exciting, but it's not just about following your dreams. You need to be smart about it too. In this video, I'll show you how to combine your enthusiasm with solid planning and informed decisions. We'll go through 10 essential tips that'll set you up for success. From understanding your market to managing your finances, I've got you covered. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be ready to take on the entrepreneurial world with confidence. Laying the groundwork. Essential first steps. Now that we've talked about balancing passion and practicality, let's get into the nitty-gritty of starting your business. You might be wondering, what's the first thing I should do? Well, I'm super excited to share the essential first steps that'll set you up for success. Let me show you the 3 key tips that'll help you lay a rock-solid foundation for your business. Trust me, these aren't just random ideas. They're backed by real-world experience and statistics. First up, let's talk about market research. You might think you've got a killer idea, but here's the thing. About 20% of startups fail in their first year because they didn't do proper market research. That's right, 1 in 5 businesses crash and burn because they didn't understand their market. So, how do you avoid this? You've got to dig deep and really understand your potential customers. Who are they? What do they want? And most importantly, will they actually buy what you're selling? Market research isn't just about looking at numbers on a screen. It's about getting out there and talking to real people. Ask them what they think about your idea. Are they excited about it? Would they pay for it? This feedback is gold. It'll help you refine your product or service and make sure you're not wasting time on something nobody wants. Okay, so you've done your research and you're confident people want what you're offering. What's next? Well, it's time to create a solid business plan. Now, I know what you're thinking. Do I really need a business plan? And the answer is yes, absolutely. Your business plan is basically your roadmap. It's where you lay out your goals, your strategies, and your financial projections. It's not just some boring document you write and forget about. It's a living, breathing guide that'll help you stay on track as you grow your business. And here's a little secret. A good business plan can actually help you avoid wasting time and money on ideas that aren't going to work. Plus, if you ever need to get funding for your business, most investors and banks are going to want to see a solid plan before they even think about giving you money. Now, let's talk about the third tip, choosing the right business structure. This might sound a bit boring, but trust me, it's super important. The structure you choose affects things like your taxes, your legal responsibilities, and even how much personal risk you're taking on. You've got options like sole proprietorship, LLC, or corporation. Each one has its own pros and cons. For example, a sole proprietorship is simple to set up, but it doesn't protect your personal assets if something goes wrong with the business. On the other hand, an LLC gives you more protection, but it's a bit more complicated to set up and maintain. Now, when you're picking your structure, think about where you want your business to go in the future. If you're planning to grow big and maybe even go public one day, you might want to consider a corporation. But if you're keeping things small and simple, a sole proprietorship might be just fine. Remember, you're not stuck with the structure you choose forever. You can always change it as your business grows and evolves. The important thing is to pick something that works for you now and gives you room to grow. Financial wisdom, avoiding common pitfalls. All right, you guys, we've covered the basics of getting your business off the ground. But here's the thing, even if you've got a killer idea and a solid plan, there's one area that it can make or break your business success. I'm talking about finances. You might be thinking, oh great, another boring money talk. But trust me, this is the stuff that'll keep your business alive and thriving. Let me tell you a story. I've seen so many passionate entrepreneurs stumble because they didn't pay attention to their finances. It's like building a house on shaky ground. Sooner or later, it's gonna come crashing down. But don't worry, I'm here to help you avoid those common pitfalls. Now, did you know that about 38% of startups fail because they run out of cash? That's more than 1 in 3 businesses. It's pretty crazy, right? But here's the good news. With the right strategies, you can make sure you're not part of that statistic. Let's start with budgeting and cost management. This is super important. You need to know exactly where your money is going. A lot of new business owners make the mistake of underestimating their costs. They think, oh, it won't be that expensive. And then, boom, they're in over their heads. Here's a pro tip. Whatever you think your costs will be, multiply that by 4. Yeah, you heard me right. Quadruple it. This might seem like overkill, but trust me, it'll help you prepare for those unexpected expenses that always seem to pop up. Now, let's talk about something that might seem obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people mess this up. You've got to separate your personal and business finances. I know it might be tempting to use your personal account for everything, especially when you're just starting out, but trust me, this is a recipe for disaster. Setting up a separate business bank account isn't just about looking professional. It's about keeping your finances clear and organized. It'll make it so much easier to track your business expenses, and it'll be a lifesaver when tax season rolls around. Okay, so you're budgeting smart and keeping your finances separate. What's next? Well, let me introduce you to your new best friend, accounting software. I know, it doesn't sound very exciting, but hear me out. This stuff can be a game changer for your business. Good accounting software can help you track your income and expenses, send invoices, and even generate financial reports. It's like having a personal accountant, but way cheaper. And the best part, it saves you time. And as a business owner, time is one of your most valuable resources. Now, I want you to pay attention to this next part because it's super important. You need to keep an eye on your key financial metrics. I'm talking about things like your sales revenue, profit margins, and customer acquisition costs. These numbers tell you how your business is really doing. It's not enough just to feel like your business is doing well. You need cold, hard data to back it up. And when you understand these metrics, you can make smart decisions about where to invest your time and money. Remember, running a business isn't just about following your passion. It's about being smart with your money too. By avoiding these common financial pitfalls, you're setting yourself up for a long-term success. And isn't that what we're all aiming for? Building your brand and customer base. All right, so we've talked about managing your money, but there's something even more important when it comes to making your business successful. It's all about building your brand and getting customers. I know what you're probably thinking. Isn't that just about making a cool logo? But trust me, it's so much more than that. Let's start first by understanding your target audience. This is super important. You need to know exactly who you're selling to. It's not just about guessing. You've got to do some real research. Find out what your potential customers like, what they need, and how they behave. This way, you're not just throwing your marketing efforts into the void and hoping something sticks. Anthony Martin, who is the big boss at Choice Mutual, says, focus on your target customer to fully understand the market. It's critical to master your marketing before you start selling your product. And he's totally right. If you don't know who you're selling to, how can you expect to sell anything? Now, let's talk about creating a strong brand identity. This is basically how people see your business. It's not just about having a cool logo, although that's a part of it. You need to think about your color scheme, your messaging, everything that makes your business unique. When people see your brand, you want them to instantly know what you're all about. Your website and social media are super important for this. Make sure your website is easy to use and shows off your products well. And your social media, that's where you can really let your brand's personality shine. Post stuff that your target audience will love and engage with them. It's all about building those real connections. Okay, so you've got your brand identity sorted. What's next? Marketing. And I'm not just talking about putting a few posters. These days, digital marketing is where it's at. You need to be where your customers are, and let's face it, most of them are online. Use social media, email marketing, content marketing, whatever works for your business. And don't forget about networking. Join online groups related to your industry, chat with potential clients. It's all about getting your name out there. But here's the thing, it's not just about getting new customers. You've got to keep the ones you have happy too. Provide awesome customer service. Make it easy for people to reach you and sort out any problems quickly. Happy customers are more likely to come back and even recommend you to others. It's like free marketing. And speaking of keeping customers happy, here's a little tip. Personalization is key. People love feeling special. So try to offer personalized experiences whenever you can. It can be as simple as remembering their preferences or giving them tailored recommendations. Lastly, don't forget about data. I know, it sounds boring, but trust me, data can be your best friend. Use analytics to track how well your marketing is doing and what your customers are engaging with. This way, you can figure out what's working and what's not and adjust your strategies accordingly. Building your brand and customer base isn't a one-time thing. It's an ongoing process. But if you follow these steps, you'll be well on your way to creating a strong, recognizable brand that people want to buy from. And isn't that what we're aiming for? Key to success, the balancing act. Now, we've covered a lot of ground, but there's one more crucial tip that'll take your business to the next level. It's something many entrepreneurs overlook, and it might surprise you. Remember how we talked about passion at the start? Well, that's only half the story. The real key to success is finding the sweet spot between your enthusiasm and practical wisdom. Let me break it down for you. Passion is great. It keeps you motivated when things get tough. But if you're not careful, it can lead you to make impulsive decisions. That's where practical wisdom comes in. It's about using your head as much as your heart. Successful business owners know how to balance their excitement with smart, informed choices. They research, plan, and think critically about every move. It's not always easy, but it's so worth it. Now, here's something super exciting. You can start putting this wisdom into practice right away by forming your LLC and taking action. If you use my link in the video description of this video, you can form your LLC for just $39 with Northwest registered agents. Now, I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time.